This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Gundam Lorecast, where we take a deep dive into the Mobile Suit Gundam series, such as the multiple timelines, mobile suits, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, pilots, to another episode of the Gundam Lorecast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my fellow pilot and friend, Jesse.
How's it going?
You know, it is going. It's been a weird time because I finally beat Gundam Breaker 4, right? And it just leaves me wanting more. Like,
I need DLC.
I need the DLC now. Like,
bring it
desperately, because the last boss of the game, Chef's Kiss,
it was fantastic.
It was the best final boss. I was hoping it was going to be a boss in the game, and they made it a boss in the game. So, you know, I was extremely happy for it. So, I won't give you spoilers for it, but if you haven't played Gundam Breaker 4, I do highly recommend it. Jesse and Jesse both highly recommend Gundam Breaker 4. It is phenomenal.
Oh, for sure.
If you are a love of the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise, or like, you know, beat 'em up hack and slash fighters.
It's just a great hack and slash game in general.
Oh, absolutely.
Plus the creativity it allows.
The creativity. Oh my god, the creativity in that game is phenomenal. I still need to post what my mobile suit looks like in the Discord. I haven't done that yet. I need to do that. I really need to do that. But today,
made a lot of them.
You made a lot of them. I need to make more. That's the thing for me. I need to make more mobile suits. But today we are continuing what is Gundam season, and today we are going. Last week we went over mobile suits in general. Today we are going over mobile armor and workers, which, you know, are in their own class. So, what is a mobile armor? So, a mobile armor, or MA, are similar to mobile suits in technology and operation, but vary tremendously in design. Mobile armors are almost always significantly larger than mobile suits, and non-humanoid in appearance as well. Due to their larger size, they frequently equip more powerful energy sources than other vehicles of the same era, giving them ability to mount more energy-intensive equipment, such as a large directed energy weapons or powerful defensive systems. Their large size also makes them capable of using equipment that is too bulky to fit into mobile suits, which we'll go into here in a bit. Because of the increased cost of building a mobile armor as compared to a mobile suit, they are rarely deployed in large numbers. They are usually operated as solo units, with tactics more closely resembling those of a warship than a mobile suit. However, the exceptions have been known to occur. The groups of mobile armors operating in conjunction are extremely effective, which is true.
Right.
So although the OZ-13 MS Gundam Epion and the OZ-19 MAS-X Gundam Gripes transformed mode are classified as mobile armor mode, there's no official mobile armor in the After Colony timeline. So this is Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing doesn't have mobile armors in their timeline compared to other mobile timelines in the Mobile Suit series. And Apion, I know. Gundam, I'm trying to remember what Gundam Gripe is.
That one?
Oh, it was in
that one of the
dual
the
story
side
G
ones?
unit. It was one of the side stories. That's why it's not ringing a bell. And its mobile armor mode is, you know, a plane. Go figure. Just like majority of them. Where, you know, Gundam Epions is more than just a plane. It's like a dragon. It's a two-headed dragon, technically, ish.
Yeah.
It's the feet or the heads. It's weird.
It's a very strange one.
It is very strange. In the correct century, although the JMA 0530 Walking Dome has characteristics of mobile armor as classified as a mobile suit. Similarly, in the advanced generation, SID and the XVX000 Gundam are classified as a mobile suit despite in the appearance of a mobile armor. And the Walking Dome it's a unique model of a mobile suit. They do have a custom version of the Walking Dome in Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise, which is really nice. So we do get to see it in a newer style of animation. And the Gundam, I have never seen this in my entire life. It's from the advanced generation, which is Gundam Age.
Yeah, I haven't watched.
I'm like in the beginning of Gundam Age currently, so that might be why.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to Age.
Age is interesting. It's a very interesting, series because compared to other Mobile Suit Gundam anime, it's the child soldier, which are more like they're actually teenagers, not child. Where in Age, they're legit children. They're like 12.
Yeah.
So, which is also really, really weird, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where Amuro Ray was like 16.
Right.
So, I don't know. So we are now getting into more of the mobile armors. We have the Universal Century mobile armors. So in the Universal Century timeline, mobile armor, or MA for short, is an acronym for all range words are hard. All range maneuverability, offense, utility, reinforcement, which is the armor part. While this definition has since been officially endorsed by Sunrise, it originated from a semi-official guidebook called Gundam Century. In addition, the acronym does not seem to be a particularly accurate description of mobile armors, as they are rarely displayed all-range capabilities, instead of tending to be specialized to very specific environments, and are almost always employed as independently operating juggernauts rather than as reinforcements for mobile suits. Considering the term all range is also used to describe the use of bits and funnels. It might meant that MAs can attack on many directions, however, MAs rarely have the ability. Brawbro, Elmeth, Dembrobrium, New Zeal, and Psycho Gundam, and etc. being the exceptions. Therefore, this is also not a very accurate explanation. And all those mobile suits I named are very, very specific, and like majority of them, besides Psycho Gundam, are ship-based. They look like ships. Psycho Gundam is like just a massive looking Gundam. That's either black or purple, depending on which version, Mark 1 or Mark 2. So, yeah, it's, mobile armors are weird.
Yeah, and you catch them being used, like you said, as like the juggernauts, like the one at the end of 8th Mobile Suit Team.
Yeah,
things like that.
That's not the Aggressa. It's
the Apsaris or something, I think.
Yeah, the Apsaris or something like that. Or like Psycho Gundam. Psycho Gundams is a mobile armor, but it's just it's just a mobile suit that's times 10. It's just 10 times the size of a standard mobile suit, and it can transform into like a somewhat flying fortress thing.
Yeah.
That's it. So originally, mobile armors were built to compete with mobile suits, while the Zanata company was building mobile suits as the next generation of mobile weapons for Zeon before the 1 Year War. The rival company, MIP, was developing mobile armors. However, the MIP lost the competition, and mobile armors were never mass-produced. Later, both Zemad, another rival company which later developed the famous MS-09 Dom, and the MIP became subcontractors of the Zanata company and assisted in the mass production of mobile suits. In general, a mobile armor is a unit emphasizing generator powered output so that it can support a mega particle cannon. This series of models include the test type model MA04X Zaccarello, and the mass production models the MA05 Big Row and the MA06 Vol Wallow. And Gundam Officials, the Ultimate UC Guidebook, the various settings announced that mobile armor should have at least two of the following performance compared to the other mobile weapons within the same time frame. So we have high mobility, so high acceleration or high thermal velocity in atmospheric and subsurface conditions, high maneuverability, having high ability to turn and aim, high firepower usually means carrying different types of weapons for various enemies or high power mega beam weapons, and strong defense, usually an eye field generator. So, and eye field generators are a defense system for against beam weapons.
Yeah.
It will cancel out any beam weapon that fired upon an eye field.
So it's be great at two things. That's your goal.
Be great at two of these things, and then it's a mobile armor. Essentially, what it means. So a mobile armor is usually not humanoid, as it is usually much larger and more powerful than contemporary mobile suits. The MAZ-8 Big Zom exemplifies the typical traits of a mobile armor. However, the MSZ-006 Zeta Gundam's non-humanoid mode is not considered a mobile armor. Instead, it's designed as a wave rider. Most TMS in the Zeta project have a wave rider form, with the exception of the MSZ-008 Zeta 2, or Double Zeta, and are not considered to be mobile armors. These mobile suits are designed VMSARWRS, usually the S and R's decapitalize as VMSAWRS for unknown reasons, for a variable mobile suit and wave rider system.
That's a weird designation.
That's a weird acronym, just in general.
Like usually if it's an acronym, it's like a word.
Yeah,
And
not like
sense.
a Zavos or Zimzars.
I'm gonna go with VMAL. That's what I'm going with, since those other ones are small.
Oh my god. But yeah, the Zeta 2 and Zeta Gundams the Zeta 2 technically doesn't no, this is the Zeta Mark II. So yeah, that does have a Zeta 2, which does have a Wayfighter form. The Double Zeta is technically, it's three pieces that combine into one. Double Zeta is weird, but it's a very powerful mobile suit.
Yeah.
So, moving on to Cosmic Era mobile suits. So, in the Cosmic Era timeline, mobile armors are non-humanoid units employed by the Earth Alliance forces. Early mobile armors were essentially small space fighters that were vastly outclassed by Zaf's mobile suits. On average, it would take 5 TS MA2 Mobius units to equally match a single ZGMF 1017 Jin. However, the sequel TV series Gundam Seed Destiny, larger mobile armors equipped with powerful positron reflector shields are used, such as the YMAG X7E Gels Gi. These units are closely resemble the mobile armors used in the UC timeline, with the huge size, overwhelming firepower, and the ability to resist attack. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot, and there's also not a lot. The Cosmic Era, the Gundam Seed timeline doesn't really use mobile armors at all. It's mainly mobile suits.
There's so many suits.
Versions of the Strike.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how many versions of the strike there
Versions of the
is.
strike, all the Estrays.
Yeah. Like, all the Estrays come from the Seed timeline, which is from the manga mainly. Then you have all the different versions of the strike itself, which is from the anime / manga. God, the Freedom even has a strike version. There's the Strike Freedom and the Freedom
Yep.
Strike. There's 2 different versions with strike in the name. So, yeah, it's Cosmic Era is mainly mobile suits, where the UC timeline uses both pretty regularly, actually. There's actually quite a bit of mobile armors in the UC timeline.
Yeah. There are a lot in the UC timeline.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, let's be honest. The favorite of the UC timeline mobile armors are going to always be probably the Big Zom
Yeah.
and the Psycho.
Yep, for sure.
Psycho's great. It's cool. I like it. The story, like Zeta's pilot for the Psycho and the connection with I can never remember the main characters in Zeta. Crap. Camille. Thank you. With him and the whole love thing with the pilot, and she's a cyber new type and a blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then there's I can't remember. They didn't do any mobile armors in Unicorn, did they? I don't think they did.
I do not remember.
I don't think they did. Anyway, with that being said, let's take a quick mid break, and we'll be right back with more mobile armors and diving into mobile workers.
It's a Gundam!
All right. Welcome to the middle of the show. We're talking about everything with the podcast that has nothing to do with the lore of Gundam. Here, we want to thank all of our listeners. Thank you, everybody who's joining us and listening to the show. And if you want to support the show, you can go to Apple or Spotify. Leave a 5-star review on Apple as a word. We'll read it out loud the next time on the show, as well as a nice Spotify comment, which, we don't have any this week. But that just means if you comment, we'll read it and be nice about it.
Exactly.
Right. And you can also find us on a few different Discord servers. The Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, where you can find this show, as well as all the other shows that I host, which is Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. All a part of Robots Radio. So check that out. Go to those Discords, and we have plenty of podcasts on the Robots Radio Network. There's way too many.
There's so many.
Like, I was just me and Austin from Holocron. We guest on the Indiana Jones podcast that we have on the network, because they had an Indiana Jones and Star Wars crossover comic. It was only a 10-page comic, but they had a crossover. So it was pretty interesting, that's for sure. But yeah, go check those out. It's a lot of fun. And come and join us on our Discord, because we have a Gundam Breaker 4 clan for our Discord. It's on the PS5. So if you have a PS5 Gundam Breaker 4, you can play with us on that, since, Gundam Breaker does not have crossplay, which is very surprising in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I really don't get that, why there's no crossplay. Because it's all PvE. There's no PvP at all. So I don't get it. But
yeah, I don't
if you're on PS5, come join our clan. That's great. We both beat the game, and it was a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
And we need more. Like,
Speaking
Bandai.
of Gundam Breaker and our Discord, I promise to drop pictures of my Gunpla from the game in the Discord today.
Oh, there you go, everyone.
So if you're listening to this when it comes out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, they will have already been in the Discord jam.
Go look at that. I need to put mine in there. Mine's pretty awesome. It's the base. The base is the Gundam X, and I have parts from Freedom, the Destiny, and Gundam DX. and I
Depends on
have
which
some
one
for you.
for mine. Yeah, because mine has like pieces of. It's got Crossbone's head, but it's also got pieces of Death Scythe, some of the weapons from Crossbone. I want to say it might be New Gundam's legs. I don't remember. But
Ooh. Yeah, it's and when you beat the game, you get the master grade
which are
kits
bigger,
unlocked,
which is cool.
which are bigger, which threw me off. I was like, "What's the difference between these?" Because I bought some,
Yep.
and I looked and I was like, "Oh, these are actually in master grade proportion." That's
Everything that was
weird. I
in
don't know if I like that.
Yeah, everything you were able to buy from the little store, I bought because I wanted all the recolors so I didn't have to do it myself all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Understandable on that. But yeah, go check those out. Go check our discords out because we love Gundam, and you know, Gundam Breaker's a thing. Yeah, and once I post mine, if anybody played Gundam Breaker Mobile, you'll notice my mobile suit is a slight version of the Gundam Arceus, which is a original mobile suit from Gundam Breaker Mobile, which is
Nice.
based on the Destiny and Destiny Freedom and Gundam X, which is what mine's based on. But mine's a little, obviously you can't have that mobile suit in this game, so I did what I could and made it my own. So, but yeah, I want to do something more because just putting it out there, I love satellite cannons. Satellite cannons are awesome. So, enough said of that. Let's get back into more Gundam. All right, we are back. And now we're in the Gundam 00 timeline of mobile armors. So, as soon as the humanoid versatile machine known as mobile suits were introduced in the battlefield of this timeline, they quickly replaced the other existing weapons and became the weapon of choice. However, non-humanoid machines in the form of mobile armors escaped being eliminated. Mobile armors are known to be participated in these solar power wars alongside mobile suits, as they are capable of operating on their own, like the Human Reform League's MAJ S08 Zhaosho and the MAJ V34 Jiacho. Yicho?
I don't
They're
remember.
Chinese names for these.
Yeah.
And can operate in tandem with an attached mobile suit like the AEU's MA Z0707 Aggressa Type 7, and assisted the mobile suits to serve the specific capacity. Gosh, words. Just tongue twisting here. As the old mobile suits, old mobile armors were exported to third parties as they end up in the hands of terrorist groups, as seen in the aquatic MAJ-07 Shicha used in the La Edendra. Yeah. The mobile armors in 00 are interesting. You do, if you watch Gundam Build Fighters Try, you do see a custom version of the Aggressa from Mobile Suit Gundam 00. So, which is nifty. So, as
An
mobile
interesting one.
suits, the arrival of GN technology had a huge impact on mobile armor. The first mobile armor-like units with GN technology are the Celestial Beings GNR-001E GN Arms Type E and the GNR-001D GN Arms Type D, which are essentially, I can't remember. I think the GN Arms were used for the 00? I can't remember. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not positive.
Oh shoot!
I think they are.
I'm trying to remember here who's the pilot. Yeah, I don't remember his guy's
Pilot
name.
of the 00? With
Setsuna.
Setsuna, I know.
Setsuna is the pilot of the 00. I'm talking about the Gundam arms, GN arms.
I don't
Yeah, I want to say. Yeah, I think it could. Yeah, it could be loaded with any of the Celestial Being mobile suits by the looks of it. It's been a while since I watched Double O. Which appeared in AD 2308. Like previous mobile armors, these two machines served as support machines to mobile suits. However, they also served as sufficient firepower to take down the advanced mobile suits powered by GN drive TAS. Combined with the Gundam Exia and Gundam Dynamis, respectively, to power them up. Even so, the real game changer was the GNMA XCVII Alvator that appeared later in the same year, piloted by Celestial Beings trader Alejandro Corner. This machine was massive and very powerful thanks to being powered by 7 GN drive TOS. The introduction of the Avalor hailed the trend of larger mobile armors powered by multiple GN drive TOS and take on multiple mobile suits at once. Yeah, and
There's a
this
lot
thing
going
is,
on with that one.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that goes on with this one. There's a lot to go on, and anything with Gundam 00. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a complicated show considering how few episodes it has compared to some of the other ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 seasons with about 20 some episodes per.
Yeah,
per
it's
season.
like 45 episodes.
It's roughly around the
50
same
episodes.
as some of the other series.
But when you think about how complicated it is in its own century, and then you compare it to like the UC, and it's like, wow, that's still pretty close in how complicated it is.
Yeah, that's true. So in AD 2312, several large mobile armors with multiple GN drive TOS were used by the A-Laws and the Innovators. The former deployed the aquatic mobile armor, the GNMA-04B11 Trilobite, while the latter introduced the GNMA-Y0001 Empress and the GNMA-001V Regent. The Regent was particularly notable as it had the ability to transform into a mobile suit mode, and it could be noted that the Innovators also participated in the development of the Avaltor and could be seen as one of the ones responsible for creating the new mobile armor trend. It is speculated that the main reason behind this is because the Innovators is an elite group consisting of few members and therefore needed very powerful machines to showcase their power. After the defeat of the Innovators, the Earthsphere Federation forces used the former's technology and developed the GNMA Y002V Galaz-Elzala, a mobile armor customized for the use of the true Innovators. Some of the names.
There's just a lot of letters, and they're in weird orders on these.
Yeah, that's true too. Again, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of mobile armors. That's just me.
I get the point of them, but they're not like, it's not as exciting as a Gundam.
No. Oh, absolutely not. It's not exciting as a mobile suit at all. And then overall, mobile armors created before and after the advent of the GN technology are fundamentally different weapons and should be classified under different names, but are still collectively known as mobile armors. Further development down the line may result in 2 different names for these weapons. So, there you have it. That's the 00 timeline of mobile armors. And, yeah, convoluted in my opinion. But that's a lot of things in 00.
That's fair.
So, the last timeline with mobile armors is the post-disaster. So, in the post-disaster timeline, the mobile armors are fully automated, similar to mobile dolls in the After Colony timeline or SID in the Advanced Generation timeline, and capable of producing subunits that could support them. As they are controlled by artificial intelligence instead of human pilots, they are unrestrained by ethics or emotion. Consequently, they destroyed cities and killed hundreds of millions during the Calamity War. Mobile suits were originally designed to fight them and are essentially their archenemy. The original ancestors of Gjallarhorn's 7 stars and Angelica Kairos ended the Calamity War by destroying them, at least one was discovered on Mars around 300 years later and was accidentally activated. Yeah. That's it.
Which I am
Which
near
is
the end.
the Hashmole, which is a mobile armor you face in Gundam Breaker 4.
Yes. I'm getting near the end of Iron Blooded Orphans, so
Have you seen this thing yet? The
I
Hashmole
don't think I have.
in the show? I mean, I know
I might
obviously you've
have.
seen it in Gundam Breaker.
I've seen it in Breaker for sure, but I don't remember if I've seen it in the show or not, which I should, considering I just watched it. Like, I've been watching it across this past week and a half or 2 weeks.
Okay. Um, but before we get on to mobile workers, which we don't have a whole lot of info because they're mobile workers,
And they
do
don't
you have
get a whole
any
lot of
final
screen time.
right? Do you have any final thoughts on mobile armors?
Not really. I mean,
No.
like I said, I understand their point, but they're not that exciting.
No, they're not
It's
exciting as mobile suits.
And speaking of not that exciting, that's exactly what the next thing's gonna be too.
Yeah, mobile workers are also not that exciting, but they are also essential in Gundam. So, in the Universal Century timeline, during the building of the space colonies, were developed different types of machines designed for purpose of construction work in the harsh environment of space. They were called mobile workers and could have humanoid, partially humanoid, or non-humanoid form. Some notable mobile worker featured in the Universal Century are the Cattle, the Gez, and the Med, and the MW544B Sandhog, and the junior mobile suits such as the Petite Mobile and the Petite Mobile Suit, the middle mobile suit such as the RH-35E Raha 35 Draken E, and the Dessa type. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
And yeah, we see this in the Universal. We see middle mobile armor and petite mobile suits in Gundam Zeta or Gundam Double Zeta, and I think in Zeta as well, if I recall. I know they're in
So.
Double Zeta. So, the Principality of Zeon created a mobile suit line from mobile workers and used the mobile worker development as a cover for the development of mobile suits. In particular, in the Mobile Suit Gundam, the Origin continually was featured the MW01 Model 01 and the mobile worker heavy construction type. It's worth noting that the variant of the Zaku, or the Zaku 2, the MS-06W Worker Zaku, is classified as a labor mobile suit, while the variant of the Hyzak, the ARZ-106 Lozak, is classified as a construction mobile suit. Yes, and if you go and watch the Origin, which I do highly recommend. I did watch Origin. It's really cool. You get to see the workings of how Char became who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
you
a real
see,
interesting backstory.
Yeah, you see his backstory, and you see the things from Zeon's point of view at the beginning of how they started the war,
Mm-hmm.
and how, like, the head of the Zabi family didn't even want to go to war. It was his children who were corrupted and just did what they wanted and killed people because they wanted to. Yeah. The Origin's really cool because you see how Zeon developed mobile suits.
Yeah.
Which, obviously changed the war when they went to war. Because, the Earth Federation didn't have mobile suits at the time. So, mobile workers played as an important role in Under the Gundam Double Fake, which featured the MWS 19051GD Gundam First and the MWS 19051G-2D Gundam Second. Going to be honest, I don't know what this is. Which is a side story that focuses on a decoy operation launched by Char, and UC0090 is an original Gundam manga created. Oh, it's manga. Okay. That's why. And the Gundam First And Gundam second, which I think that these are not in. First I thought these were in Breaker, but they are not.
No.
These are definitely not in Breaker. They are very interesting. That is obviously someone who's a fan of the RX-78 Gundam and made their own, and obviously based off of it with its own unique style with a shotgun as one of its main primary weapons.
Yeah.
And the Gundam the second is just, it looks like a much more enhanced version of it. Kind of gives me like Barbatos vibes for that one, actually, with the legs specifically.
Yeah, I can see it.
Huh, that's interesting. Anyway, we now have the correct century, which is the timeline of the the turn A. Thank you. Turn A. Threw me off for a second. In correct century timeline, two types of labor mobile suits are present. The MRC C03 Bologna and the MR SPI-05Q Jetstream. However, it is noted that the Jetstream belonged to a subgroup known as Mobile Rib.
If you want to see one that looks ridiculous, go look at that Jetstream. Look up the
God,
jet
that is
stream.
weird. That is
It
like
is
really weird.
It really reminds me of, like a shipping yard,
it looks like a
like
shipyard.
yeah,
Like
like the crane.
yeah.
And the
And
other
the
one looks like it's pretty much just like
Balana
a
is
giant
like
scuba suit.
yeah, that one's also weird. In the double load timeline, workloader is a general term for a commercial work use mobile suit. The GNW 100A Sarkaburn is classified as a workloader, which is it looks like it looks like a mobile worker.
Yeah.
From like the UC timeline, that's pretty easy. We have the advanced mobile Gundam age timeline, the CMS 328 Desperado, the Bandera, and the 3D are humanoid labor mobile weapons classified as mobile standards.
They pretty much just look like a robot.
Yeah, they literally just look like small robots.
The 3D almost has like the hat, like the I don't know what the kind of hat's called.
Oh, like a captain's hat. Looks like a captain's hat.
That's not what I was thinking.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh, what the hell is it called?
No, that's it's similar
it's like
to
the traditional Vietnamese hat.
Yeah.
Or maybe not necessarily Vietnamese, but it's what is it, like a non-la or non-gao or something like that?
Mm-hmm. And then in the post-disaster timeline, which is Iron-Blooded Orphans, mobile workers are a group of small general-purpose mobile weapons with tank-like form. They are often used as light tactical weapons or as transportations outside of combat, which we get introduced to these really quick because this is the first thing we really see in Iron-Blooded Orphans as a unit.
It's like the first scene of that show. And honestly, it's a really cool battle scene in that tank.
Oh, absolutely. Until, all the kids are wrecked and, killed.
Yeah, well.
And then Barbatos shows up and just destroys everything.
Yeah. Barbatos is great.
Barbatos is great. Just don't make Barbatos mad.
He's the tall one.
Yeah, don't make Barbatos mad because he goes all demonic. Literally, because he gets demonic eyes.
It's fantastic.
It's awesome. But yeah, that's what I have for this week. Do you have any final thoughts on mobile workers besides them being, not as interesting as mobile suits?
The only thing I can think it comes to mind, and I know technically it's a mobile worker for post-disaster, but they're tanks. If that's not
they're literal
mobile armor,
tanks.
I don't know what is.
Yeah, no, they're not even mobile workers. They're not even mobile armors. They're just tanks.
The tank on wheels, and they're really cool.
I mean,
It's
tanks
about the
generally
only
have
cool mobile
wheels.
worker you're gonna find.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it actually is typically used in combat compared to the other mobile workers that are not used in combat. So, but yeah, that's what we have for this week. So if you have nothing else to add, I think it's time to end the show. Do you have anything to
That's
add?
all I've got.
That's all you got this week? Okay. So everybody, thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. And pilots, signing off. Thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share how you got into the Gundam series, and you can even find us on Twitter at Gundam Lorecast, and even email us at gundamlorecast@outlook.com.